ready, bro.
Ashlee already has us 40 minutes over time.
Definitely didn't have
Ashlee's
that.
40 minutes late.
Definitely didn't have that.
We've been waiting on you. It was not me. I was ready. Guys.
Nancy.
Right?
Who was late?
You. She said you had to get Thomas. I'd been ready. And she's like, since we're waiting on Thomas.
I was literally in the office right now just waiting for you because you couldn't shut up with all those young adults. I literally walked and stood behind you and Phil goes, I mean, you're the only one that can make him stop talking. I go, no, if they're gaining wisdom from my husband, let me just let them gain wisdom. So then I went in the office. Did I not say all that? Yes. So I gave him props, and then he just dragging me in the mud like a hot Pop-Tart that's burnt, ain't got no ash, all the ash, crust,
No, Nancy
burnt,
said I was waiting on you.
Bottom,
she said Nancy
just dragging me from my hair.
Nancy said Ashley's getting Thomas.
Dragging me from the roots.
Ashley said you were getting Thomas.
Ashley or Nancy? And it took me 2.5 seconds to get Thomas.
Yeah.
And then I just sat there. I literally was.
Andy, what are you doing? You're supposed to be producing this show. Make sure we're all here on time. What's going on?
And then I walked in here and I tried to fix your fridge, and then you still weren't even in here.
Thank you so much.
So who was late?
I'm just a little hungry.
You sound a little hangry. Like, don't be mad at me. Take that energy somewhere else, bro.
I'm going to do something that your mother loves so much. Yo mama.
She got so mad. So my mom listens to the podcast. I think she picks and chooses what topics she likes, and then she'll listen to whatever topics she'll be like, let me hear what these crazy folks had to say. And it just happened to be the one opening of the toes. And so then she heard him say, yo mama. And then she was like, I got a bone to pick with you. And it was probably like, literally, the episode is already aired like 2 weeks now. And she's like, Adam, I never even told you. I got a bone to pick with you. Your mama? Really? Your mama? And I was like, yeah, I would say it to you too. Your mama. That's what we told my kids. And my mom gets so mortified because we tell our kids, if someone bullies,
no, you're right. I'm not.
What goofy goober? What are you laughing at me for?
No, I'm laughing that you're gonna say what we tell our sons to do if they're being bullied.
Oh, okay. Why are you so giggly? Do I look cute or something? Like what?
What is she doing right now? Let's get the podcast going.
It was. You just stopped. You just dragging me in the mud. Anyways, so we tried to tell our kids because don't take our parenting tips if you don't want them at all. Please don't. This is ours. We were talking to our kids on if you ever get bullied in school, what you need to do. And so Adam told the boys, if anyone ever bullies you or says something about you or makes fun of you, go for the jugular and just tell them, well, your teeth are yellow and your breath stinks.
No one ever survives that.
No
one survives your teeth, like your teeth being yellow, your breath. That's like lifetime trauma.
Like,
yeah.
You got to close that whole mouth, and you can't even come back with a contact. Because then if you come back with something, you just be like, oh.
No, and I know the correct answer is telling a dumb, all that stuff. But it became because of real circumstances. Is one of the nephews in our family was getting like ferociously bullied, and he had a like a mental kind of breakdown in the school bathroom because they were really saying really mean things, and so all of our kids go to school together. So it brought the topic of conversation, even though our sons are one of the youngest. It was, hey, we need to instill some confidence in you because we don't want you to ever be broken by people's words. Number one, we set the rule. Right. You are never to be a bully.
Ever.
You are always the one that is kind, compassionate, always look for the person that is not being treated fairly. And Matthias does a really good job at that. His teachers always say that he's like always aware of who's being left out and all that. Thomas, we're going to be a little bit more worried about. Yep. So we got to be on top of him about not bullying and all that stuff. But yeah, we had to have a little talk about like, okay, hey, if you just want to kind of, friendly, get back at bullying with some words, tell them. And then you said, no, just tell him,
your mama.
Your mama. So now our sons genuinely say that about everything.
Everything. Be like, your mama.
I could be like, Matthias, your hair looks messy. And he'll be like, your mama.
Your mama.
So they use it for everything.
And then Adam, try to bully Adam. Well, Dad, you stink, and he'll be like, your mama. And they're like,
Be like,
no, she doesn't.
Your mama stink.
Oh yeah. And then my sweet son. That's why we this conversation was more for Matthias, because Thomas we are not worried about. We tell Thomas. Okay, so we told them exactly what to say. Like, these are the two things you say. Your mama, your teeth, or your breast stinks. We tell Thomas, someone's bullying you. What are you going to say? You're ugly, smell like dookie, and your eyeballs look like dookie. You're like, what?
Dude's ready.
Like, you just went for all the dookies. Like, they're just call him boo-boo. Like, you're boo-boo.
Oh, yeah, I have no concerns whether
None
Thomas
whatsoever.
can hurt someone's feeling. He's
None.
got that. He's fine.
So then we told Matthias, we said,
reverse.
Matthias, if someone makes fun of you or tells you, like, if someone makes fun of you, what are you going to say? He goes, I'm going to say, I don't care. I got an Eagle Award.
Which is like our school's like award that like every kid gets at least once a year. You know, it's like, well, I got an award. We're like, yeah, everybody has that award, dude. That's not going to work.
Bro. And he was like very proud. He was like, I don't care. I got an Eagle Award. I said, bro, you got that last year, so there's a new year, so you can't use it for last year. Like, we can't hang on to.
Award.
You need a new award. You need a new award. You got to figure something else out. So, yeah, we got to pray for our kids.
Welcome, everyone, to Beyond I Do. Thanks for joining us today. Mm-hmm. What a great day. Me and Ashlee, as always. It's been good. We're getting towards the end of summer, so going up into the fall, more people will start throwing on some more conversations and interviews with individuals and couples. But it's been a summer pretty much of me and you doing episodes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the mother one just dropped today.
Was that the Ashlee solo with Nancy?
With Nancy and Alazize. I got the mom clan. Eileen was like, "Oh, we're excited to hear this one." I was like, "Ah." And then another friend said she was like, "That was really good." She always thought about like talking about motherhood and what it was and the struggles and.
I'll have to listen to it. I'll have to give it a listen.
Maybe.
Well, I have a list of podcasts that I go in order. So
what's ours? 10. What's ours on the list?
Well, generally, I'm in the room when it's recorded, so it's not generally on the list at all. The only time I'll re-listen to an episode is if we had a guest, and I'm like, oh, I want to re-listen to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't re-listen to our podcast. They're long. I'm not.
Dang, you didn't want to listen to me? You want to listen to me?
That's why I said you'll be in the order. I have it. There's some podcasts right now that I'm working through, and you'll get in there somewhere. So hopefully by October I'll get to yours. That's what I hope.
Yeah, mess. Anyways, go ahead. Continue your little statement.
No, that was it. We can head out. No. All right. No, our last episode was a fun one and a great one. We've had great feedback on that one, and even from the team in here, they thought it was fun. So I thought I would somewhat do the reverse though. So, I took the post that you had, that you used to ask the questions from our last episode. So if anybody wants more of a fun, lighthearted episode, that's the previous episode of Beyond I Do to this one. And you found like a post that kind of was like fun questions to ask your boyfriend, but we made it husband, right? And so I took all the images and then I put it into AI, and I basically told it, hey, I want to do a version of this, but I want to be a little bit more serious. So like a little bit more like introspective. Okay. So this may or may, me and you, we still make kind of everything a little bit lighthearted. So I don't know how lighthearted or how heavy you and I can go.
I just got serious.
Yeah, right. So I don't know how serious you and I can take them, but we're still gonna. There's supposed to be serious questions for serious people. If Ashlee I was that.
Adam and I have a hard time. Adam doesn't have a hard time. I'm just goofy. So anytime he's like serious or like, I try to break the and I wouldn't even say tension. I just like to make him laugh. So like, I like to make people laugh. Yeah. So anything of seriousness, or I'll like throw something crazy in. Like Alizace even saw it today. I'm like, I just want to make people laugh. So I'm hopeful that I can give some sincere, serious.
Yeah, same for me. I think we both have issues because anytime someone gets serious, I think to myself, there's such a good opportunity for a joke right now. So Like they're just handing it over right there, and like I'm like, I can't, and I'm gonna do it. That's for sure. Gosh. Okay, here's the first one.
Go ahead.
Okay. We can expand on it too if we need clarity, but I think I understand it. Maybe someone will understand it better than me, but it's a good question. All right, so question number one: If you and I lost everything tomorrow,
oh gosh,
what do you think we'd hold on to the most?
Love.
Shut up. See, that's what I'm.
Dang. I mean,
what I'm trying to understand is it mean physical or like
because
emotional?
I would hope we could hold on to our kids and the government wouldn't take them away.
You dummy.
No, I honestly like. Okay, so if I were to answer this question, what would we hold on to?
I'm asking AI to expand.
Okay. If we lost everything, I just think that we have that personality to just start over.
Okay, so it's giving examples. We'd hold on to our faith, the way we laugh together, our commitment to each other, hope for the future, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So first and foremost, obviously our faith and knowing that I wouldn't say we started, honestly, who started from the bottom, now we here, sort of thing. But you and I was broke as a joke. Like I had 2-3 jobs, like, so starting
massive
with
credit card bills.
Yes. So like
Ashlee.
starting, yes, still. And so if we were to lose everything, obviously our faith would be the foundation. But I think that you and I both have a work ethic that would get us going, get us motivated. You and I are both two very passionate people as far as like getting things done or persevering. So for the both of us, although there would be tough times, I think there would be struggles. I think there'd be tough conversations that need to be had. There'd be words not. What am I looking for? Not boundaries. Not routine. Adjustments, yes. Adjustments and what we have to do, like sacrifices that we'd have to make, even losing everything. There's still sacrifices that you have to make and things that we wouldn't be able to do anymore. So finding, just because you are my best friend, I think we would be okay. I know we would be okay.
Right.
Because of where we have been, of like where some people talk about and think, oh, not having a headboard. That was something where I look at now, like, you have a headboard, you're rich.
On your bed.
On my bed.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was one of the biggest struggles I had when you and I dated and when we got married. We didn't have a headboard, and that really bothered me.
Bed frame, the
headboard, the whole thing. The bed was on the ground.
Yeah.
That bothered me, but like not in a sense of it, like embarrassment, but I was like, man, we got some work to do. And so when we got it, I think then your mom bought
my
it.
mom blessed us with
and
a
then
bed frame.
I cried, and then your grandma was like, you need nightstands, and then I cried.
When we moved into our house, my grandma got us and because she was poor growing up, and her nightstands were milk cartons, milk boxes, and she was like, to her, a sign of wealth was when her and my grandpa first afforded their first nightstands,
right?
And so she bought us when we got our current home, she got us nightstands.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it was something that's so crazy because if you look back, I'm sure you had a bed frame and everything when you lived under your parents' roof.
Yeah.
I had one.
Yeah.
And then when you get married, you're like, we don't have one.
Yeah.
And how you
start over.
Yeah, you start over, and how you undervalued what you had because you weren't the one financially giving it. But now when your finances are the ones that are at stake and what's important to you, you strive to have those things that were once important to you. So, yeah.
Good answer, Steve. Good answer, Steve. All right, let's go to this next one.
Okay.
And we'll both answer this one. If we could fast forward 10 years, what would you want to be most proud of us for?
What would
If we could fast forward 10 years, what would you want to be most proud of us for?
That our boys still have a great relationship with us and can communicate well with us. Mm-hmm. That's what is... I'm not concerned about our marriage.
Yeah.
That our children
Not that you're not concerned about. Maybe phrase that a little bit differently.
Not that I'm not concerned. I think that we have been through enough to know how to get through with our marriage. Not to say that there aren't going to be struggles or trials, but that for you and I, obviously knowing that in 10 years that our relationship is just as strong between our marriage, but then our relationship with our boys, that they are proud to be our children, that they're proud to be in our home, that they're stay connected to the faith, and that they can communicate with us. I think that would be that as a mother is my biggest concern, and always looking to the futures when I see my kids is, what is our relationship going to look like? And so that's where I would put it to.
Yes, I would say so. 10 years. I'll probably answer this 10. I'd probably put 10 to 20 years. It would be within that framework. I think obviously the low hanging fruit, what would you want to be most proud of us for? We could, say our sons and relationship. At that point, youngest would be 14, oldest would be 17. So, they're still going to be kind of under our roof and all that. So I'd probably say 10 to 20 years. What I'd be most proud of is that you and I are at a place where we can invest in our sons to have a great future as well. And so be financially at a place that, we are continually still looking at legacy for our sons, so that whatever God would want to do with them in the future, not that they wouldn't have to have skin in the game, which they will, not that things will be given to them, but finances would in a way be a barrier for them to whatever they felt like God was doing. And so, yes, they would be disciplined and challenged, but I want them, especially we live in California. So California is expensive. So I think what I would want to be proud of is the fact that my sons are able to, have a life that is not necessarily comfortable, but in a way isn't so challenged that they can't do stuff because of school loans, or I can't get a house because I have X, Y, and Z. It's that when they graduate college or whatever they want to do, that we can help them, start their life off, and also consistently be there for them, because the world is different now and times are expensive and everything is a loan away. And so I don't want them to be, chainmailed to, interest rates and loans and all that kind of stuff like that. I'd be proud of that. Like if if they don't have to pull loans for college, or minimally, or that they have help starting their life when they get married one day or whatever, I'll be proud that they can count on us, not to do it for them, not to hand it out, but to help them,
right, and
help them in their seasons of life, so that they can have it. It's what we would say is generational wealth. I want them to have, to be able to pursue what they want to do. A lot of times people's dreams are stagnated because of finances. And so I want to be able to help our sons that part remove. And they still got to work for it and all that stuff like that. So I'd be proud of that. Right. If I go to them and say, hey, sorry, you can't go to that college because we can't help, or sorry, sorry, you can't choose that degree because it's going to be too expensive, or do it, but when you get out, you're going to have $180,000 loan or whatever. Like, I don't want that for them.
Right.
Now, if we had a daughter, the dream would be that she have a house on the top of every mountain in the world, and that.
But I don't got one.
And she would have.
I came in it with no bed frame.
And she would have every pony she would ever want in her entire life. If she wanted a farm, she would get one.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh,
I'm just saying if we had a daughter. I'm not asking for a daughter. I'm just saying I'm good.
Yeah,
but,
good. Be content.
I'm just saying.
And what the Lord has given you.
If
right? Take it up to Him. Go to the altar. Yeah, figure it out.
We had her. The world would be hers. She'd be.
You know
loved.
What? I think I'm going shopping later.
I already turned off all your cards. So. Yep.
You're you know what? You're rude.
Just saying.
You guys, so
right.
I really want a farm.
Come on, just kill it.
I do.
Who's taking? Alizé, you committing right now to take care of her tiny horse and chickens when she travels?
Yes, and mini goats and mini pigs.
Get
yes.
out of here, dude.
Oh, you're the best, Philip.
Bro, get out of here.
Absolutely not. For Ashlee, yes. Only for Ashlee.
No, I don't want that. Get out of here.
He's so rude.
I'll take it after. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Philip.
See, I already have people in line. Thank you,
No, you
Alizé.
don't. No, you don't.
I do want a farm. I think it would be really fun.
What do you like about a farm?
I do like getting my hands dirty. I do.
Oh,
Getting my hands dirty, having some chickens, having the roosters wake these boys up. Oh my gosh. No, mini horse.
Oh.
I didn't do no horse.
you can
'cause
have roosters and chickens together.
that horse kicked that little girl in that face on TikTok the other day.
Yeah, and they probably kick you.
Nope, it's going to be mini. It'll only kick my shins and my kneecaps, and I'm going to make it to train it to do it to you. Train it to do it to you. Sick 'em. Sick 'em. Sick 'em. Yeah, I think a farm would be fun. I think it would teach you some things.
I don't need to learn anything else.
Yeah, well, we probably couldn't get chickens with our dog Rooster because
No, he wouldn't do anything, dude.
your last dog Spartacus done towed him chickens.
He was raised on a farm. Rooster was.
Them dogs got towed up by Spartacus. I mean, them chickens got tore up by Spartacus.
but my dog wasn't trained like that. Yeah, our house is zoned for a farm, but it's zoned equestrian. But the answer is no.
We built Alizé a little house down there. She could take care of
Like a doghouse? What size you need this doghouse, Alizé? What if I converted a chicken coop for you?
Yes, she got the little side.
Enough
She got
just
all
to
the
fit
air
a twin bed.
fresheners. Her apples and peanut butter. Her turkey with tortillas. She eat the weirdest stuff ever. Like a 5-year-old.
Okay, let's.
It's like a Lunchable for a big kid. You don't like?
I don't know if we have an answer to this. What's a? Well, I don't. I'm processing. I'm like, maybe you know one right away. What's a belief or an opinion you've changed your mind about over time?
You. You.
You've been bought in since day one. Don't even trip.
A belief. I wouldn't say it was a belief. I just, obviously, that topic of conversation when you get married, I was never educated on, like, what is marriage? And so I guess I would say I bought in, and I didn't know that it was just a naturally how God was shaping me and changing me in his own way, and it may not answer it or not answer it. Being a submissive wife, like being a wife of submission to her husband, like, and allowing my husband to lead the home and encouraging.
Oh, so once upon a time, you didn't really feel like either you would meet someone worthy of that or want to do that, or like
I thought I would always do it in the relationships. I was always the one leading, like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's go to church, let's do this. Why don't we do that? Why didn't listen? Let's go.
Yeah,
I was
so you never met a guy who led
pretty much
or led well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so like is that answering in the sense
No,
of like,
I think you are.
like
I think you're answering.
I'm completely bought into having that a man, in order for a family to succeed, the man has to lead the home. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I am fully bought in on. And I believe that also with the covering of the church. I believe a man has been ordained by God for that position. And that's what I believe. I mean, it's scriptural as well. So when I came into our relationship, I didn't know. I came in like unknowing of how this was going to be, or if I say this, would you change? And you didn't. Like, there would be some things. I don't think I said anything that ever bothered you at the beginning of our relationship or challenged you, because you were different. So you weren't passive. You knew what you wanted. So like, I didn't know if there was ever room for me to like challenge, which I liked. Because then I was like, oh no, he knows what he likes. He knows what he doesn't like. If it was like, oh, whatever you want to do, Ashley, I'd be like, whatever. Okay, let me put my big girl pants on, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because that's what I knew what to do in my past relationships. So buying into being okay with submission as far as like how the house can be ran, finances, and obviously, I don't just messed up. Like that's not submission.
Yeah. Ashley's opinionated.
Very.
She got an opinion.
I do.
About everything.
So don't clip the like I submit to him and I rub his feet every night and he tells me to cook. Girl, but I ain't cooking nothing. I'll cook up a thought, an attitude.
Yeah, speaking of submission, you cooking some meals would be pretty cool.
It's in my heart to do things.
In your heart
it is always.
You have good intentions.
I do. Guys, let's not make me mad because I bought groceries and they're in the freezer.
Yeah.
And they get expired. That cheese dip, I know, feel like that cheese dip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a winner, huh, Phil?
But maybe you can help me articulate that more in a more eloquent way of like that. Like that would be.
No, I think you said it well.
Okay.
I think.
Because I know that I don't know if there's more flavor or sauce
saying.
that could be put on it. Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I think that's a common concern for a lot of women today. Is I will submit to a man when I find him worthy to be submitted, and I think that normally that's proposed very negatively. Like well, if you start submitting, then he'll start leading, and it's a catch-22. It's a yes and a no. It's a yeah. If you start submitting, then he might be inspired to continue to lead if all his ideas aren't shot down and all that stuff like that. And so I think it's case by case. But at the same time, I know many men that are very passive and. When I mentor guys, I have my words that I use for them that are more for them of what they're just trying to get. And it's like, no, you want her to be happy with you and you want to get what you want. You want that warm bed. You want this. So then you'll be passive and you'll whatever you want and, whatever you say and whatever. And you don't realize as a man, you're giving up. You're giving up this grace that God has given you to lead and a grace that God has for your wife or your girlfriend to follow your leadership,
right.
And we see it biblically. The moment Eve took lead, it was in the garden to eat a fruit that God said no to. Right. And her leadership spoke into Adam's leadership. And he was like, okay, yeah, let me try it. Right. And then the fall happened. And normally, though, that's a historical account. That also, biblically, there's two things that often happen. Within the historicity of the Bible of saying this really happened is one thing, but then it also becomes a symbol or an idea of, especially when it's gender-based, of that gender. And what that picture of Eve leading Adam is this idea that Eve doesn't have the grace to make that decision because God has built her more motherly and emotional. And so where Adam should have been much more analytic to say, no, God said it, we're not going to do it. The love of Eve and the love that a man has for his wife to be like, well, you should try it. Let's just have it. He falls into that corruption. And so it's not that his wife is corrupted. It's the fact that she has a different bend. She has a different grace. It's the woman that says, I'd give up my husband tomorrow to have my children, and so it's that motherly, it's that grace, it's that, there's a lot of women that say that, what?
They say that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Women that are like, I'd rather have children than a husband.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
If you were to not within a Christian context, but if you just take like a TikTok culture and, you will find probably 70 or 80% of women would say, I'll choose my children over my husband any day. And and there's guys that people, not just guys, but there's people that go around that say, what's more important, your children or your husband? And women almost every time will say my children, you know? And I don't know how we got there. I was saying something, but it started, huh?
No.
Yeah, it started, but it just started that thought of like, it's not that that's wrong. It's just outside of leadership, right? So like the Lord created you to be a mother and to be a child bearer. So I'm not offended that in your head a priority is your children or even the highest priority. But as the husband who was not made to be that empathetic, right, is that I say, that's great, babe. I love that you love your sons, but as your husband who can make a rational decision, our sons are not going to grow up healthy unless they see us healthy. Right. You're thinking about the now. You're thinking about wanting to put them to bed. You're thinking about wanting to be there for them when they go to practice. But right now, it's important you and I go have a date and go be intimate, because a healthy us is a healthy them. Yeah. The mom may not, because the Lord made her much more empathetic and emotional, may not see that. And so therefore you'll get couples that go, oh, we haven't been on a date in 9 years. Yeah. Well, because the mom's okay with it. But the husband needs to be, God has made him less emotional. So he needs to be able to say, I don't care that you want to be there for everything.
Well, you did it last night.
Yeah, whatever I did. What did I do?
When you told Matthias to sleep in his own bed.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Ashley's
because they sleep in our room in a different bed.
Yeah.
So Adam and I are in our bed, and then they're just in our bedroom on a different bed. And so I was like,
sometimes they're like, "Oh, I'll just sleep here a little bit with mom," and then
Adam's like, "No,"
and then Ashley would be like, "Oh, just for a little bit."
No,
or whatever.
But you said something last night to him because.
We're about his own bed.
Yes,
no, his own room. No, his own
sorry,
room.
not his own bed, his own room.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Your own room. So say what you said. Oh gosh.
Well, I know the roundabout.
You said you ready to sleep in your own room, and he said yes. And then I was upstairs and I said no.
I was like, he could stay in the room a little longer, and I said no. He's at a point where you letting him even sleep in our room. They don't sleep in our bed, but you even let him sleep in our room like permanently will at some point be negative to him, with his friends and all that. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you sleep in your mom and dad's room. You don't have your own. I said, so like you're going to, whatever you have that you want him to be near you, like you got to get over that because he needs to grow. Like this is his next step of growth. He needs to do it. And, some parents, obviously start their kids doing that at birth or whatever, 3 or 4. But we've shared background. Ashley had Graves' disease and couldn't pick Matthias up when he was a baby. And so it just started a habit, for us due to her illness years and years ago. But, they have their own bed. Our room is a relatively nice size. So they're sleeping on their own bed together. But it was like, okay, Matthias, like your time, it's time. You're going to go to your own room. And Ashley was like, no, it's okay. We can wait. And I'm like, no, it's done. We said it was going to be first grade. He's going to second grade now. And Matthias is extremely independent and all that stuff. Like our sons are,
goes, I'll sleep in my own room, mommy, tonight. And I was like, okay, I'm going to keep my door open. He goes, yeah, no, but I'm going to keep my door closed and turn my night light on.
Yeah. But it's like, that's my job, like my role, and I could have done that a long time ago. I've just been feeling it out with Ashley, and I could have put my foot down a long time ago and been like, no, but it hasn't, our sons being around us, it doesn't impact me and Ashley's intimacy or anything like that. And so if it affected those things, then I would know to put my foot down, but it hadn't. And so it doesn't affect that for us. So yeah, it was just, hey, Matthias is going to be sleeping in his own room. That's it. That's done. There's no negotiation. It's going to happen. We said it was going to be first grade. He's going in second grade on Monday. It's done. That's it. So, and then Ashley, told her, like, you got to be over this, like, because you are going to be his biggest detriment very soon. So stop it, and as the man, the husband's like, I love my boys being around me. I love, like, we cuddle, watch a movie. And so it doesn't bother me if they lay with us, sleep with us, or even near us, and it doesn't mess with our intimacy. And so, But at the same time, it's like at some point they need to grow. At some point, this is beneficial for them. And so therefore, I have to, as the husband, tell my wife, I love that you're emotional. But she could be like, oh, look at this apple. Let's just keep, I love having my boys around. Let's just keep doing it. And then I could be like, oh, well, I don't want her to be upset at me. And I still want, the benefit of a woman around, where I get pleased and all that. So therefore, I'll just be passive and whatever you want is fine. And it's like, well, no. But if I said yes to that now impacts our boys' development. And so, it's my job to be like, no, stop cuddling, pick up. Like, Ashley's like, oh, just pick Thomas up. No, he could pick himself up. He's not going to be coddled, and in my heart, I'm like, oh, I'm so sad. I want to grab him. It's like, no, he has to learn this. Every time he cries, he doesn't get picked up and held and this and that. He needs to learn that. And
now a daughter.
And a daughter, it would be, I'll put her in a backpack, just carry her everywhere. She wouldn't even have to walk.
Oh my God.
I carried her like.
Thank you, Lord.
You know when they'd be carrying like the Virgin Mary in like Europe on them little like bed things. That's how I'd walk around if I had a daughter. Put her on one of them little things and just carry her.
Are you guys trying to tell us something?
No, gosh, no. A drink is Celsius.
No, yeah.
Let me just.
No, we're
down
not.
the-
So, no, we don't want any more kids. But the point we
have Alice.
we have a lot of daughters. Yeah.
Yes, we got a lot of daughters.
We got
Nancy,
sons and daughters.
Nancy buying these $12 headphones. Ain't these the best headphones you ever seen in your life? What?
Your best friend.
If you know, girl, you got tricked.
Yeah.
I said, if y'all don't get it together, anyways.
Yeah. So no, I think you answered it good because because I think a lot of women feel like they have to lead because men are passive, but most men it's because they want the reward on the other side, which is that intimacy, and so they play that game, and they're like, I don't want any. But to me, I'm like, so many guys, so many husbands that are so unhappy. They're unhappy with their marriage. They're unhappy with their wife. They feel like they have no voice. They feel like they have no respect, no this. And in many cases, not all, in many cases, it's they built that foundation. Mm-hmm. They were that way when they dated. When she said, hey, you want to go out? And you're like, yeah, whatever you want. Or, hey, Valentine's Day's coming up. Yeah, just tell me what you want and I'll buy it. And
Allie got to see that firsthand.
Leadership.
Remember, she was this guy that wasn't wanting to take her on a date. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm down. I forget what it was. I'm down in Culver City."
He's like, "I'm at work. Come meet me at work, and we'll meet me at a hotel, and we'll just pick something on the fly."
First date, yeah. And she goes, "I need somebody that can make a decision. So thank you for your time, but have a great day."
Yeah.
Yeah, she basically told him, if you can't if you can't make a decision,
she was like, if you don't have reservations, if you don't have a place picked, I don't do stuff on the fly. And he's like, I really like my first dates to be like very just like low key and just take it by the ear. And she's like, well, I'm not looking for that type of relationship, so have a good life. And
can you make a decision?
Yeah. And a young version of her would have been like, oh, it's okay. I'll just see. Yes. Maybe there's something on the other side of it. Yes. But she's learned now in her 30s, like, no, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
I have more self-respect. You need to lead.
Yes.
She was in her 20s. She was like, I don't mind leading. I'll pick the place. Yeah. But now that she's getting older and she's seen marriages and other relationships and I think when she does find the right guy, it will be a great guy because she's putting standards in place. Yes. I mean, she's always had standards, but now it's like the standards of like the guy that is a godly man and one that leads. It's like, okay, I have clarity for that. Mm-hmm. And therefore I'm not settling with anything else. And there's a balance. Like obviously as a man, I want to take into consideration your stuff. So I do want to say, oh, what do you feel like, Ashlee, or this or that?
Right.
So there's that. I'm not always like, no, I know you want Cheesecake Factory. We're going to P.F. Chang's because that's what Daddy wants. Like it's not like that. It's like I'm very caring for my wife. She always gets priority.
I do.
So
I do.
Yeah. So if I have a decision and she's like, I don't want that. It's like, oh, yeah, of course. I'm not gonna be like, too bad. I've made the decision. There's a lot of stuff I do that my wife wants to do, but also as long as she understands, like, my wife wants our kids in sports where her mom lives because there's good sports programs. That's 30 minutes away from us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell my wife, that's okay. But here's the thing. I'm kind of against it because it's super inconvenient. So therefore, just know all the burden is on you. Like, I'm not taking them to practice. I'll be at the games, but I can't. I'm at work. I can't go 30 minutes. So if you have an expectation for me to be at practices, I cannot. Do we understand each other? Yeah, we understand each other. Okay, I'm good with you doing it. But if she was like, I made the decision, and Adam, you have to take them to practice half the time or all the time. And I'd be like, okay, honey. And then I'm there and I'm like, I hate this. She always did it. And it's like, but you like, if you're leading and sharing your concerns and you both are communicating and understanding, well, hey, this is, I support you and I'm going to do my part, but also the weight is going to be, it's got to be more on you.
I'll share this one story. Do we have a little bit of time? So this,
I don't know. It's our podcast. Nancy's like, I don't know. I haven't started the clock.
I don't even know. Does that mean, I don't even, is that left? How many we been?
15.
Left.
We got 15 left.
Gotcha. When y'all be throwing them up, I'm like, it's like gang signs. What are you saying? Last week, Andy put it up for when we were talking. I was like, bro, I don't know what that means. This is my first time leading. So the one time, I'll tell you guys, and Adam will probably disagree with me. So we had just, when we told you the story about how we were at the airport and that lady had popped off on my husband and acted like he was 2 years old. That day just was going bad, just bad. And we're like, there's something that's going to happen in this day and we're at the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, that bad thing did happen and our flight got canceled completely. I come out of the bathroom. Everyone's walking to us. Mind you, we had a connection that we were supposed to go to Dallas and then go to our final destination for vacation. So I walk out and I see everybody walking to me. I was like, oh, the flight must have came back. And I'm looking at these people. I'm like, oh, these people that I was sitting next to. And Camille looks at me and she's like, the flight's canceled. At this point in time, Adam's doing this on his phone. Very mellow, very chill. I'm like, our flight's canceled. What are we doing? And in that moment, we got in the car. And it was after we had finally gotten the flight. And I'll tell you how we got the flight. I was like, I don't like how you acted. And he didn't act mean. He wasn't nasty. He wasn't rude. It was just too mellow. And it was like, I picked up the phone right away. I started making calls. I called the airline. I'm trying to get with American. And but this has never happened to Adam before, like getting a flight completely canceled. It's never happened to me. And I know, ever. And so I'm like, the first thing I do is I'm just going to, I guess, call the airlines. And so they send us downstairs and they're like, you can wait in this line. You're not going to talk to anybody, but you're going to call an airline or you're going to text. And I was like, well, I'm already on hold. So guys, let's get in the car. So at this point, I'm like, Adam's like, I don't know what to do. And so at that point, I'm like, my husband has never told me this. He's like, actually, I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. I'm like, you know what to do all the time. Like, in this, like, it didn't like come back to me like as if I knew what to do. I was like, I feel like I have to figure this out. And I don't know if he was testing me that day, but I hated the test. And so that's what I told him. So I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm on the phone. Let's get the luggage. Let's get in the car and drive towards LA. And we're either going to LAX or we can veer off and go to John Wayne. And hopefully by the time we hit the cross, we'll get somebody on the phone to tell us what flight we're going to take. And we're going to have to reroute and try and do everything else. He's silent. And then finally the lady picks up and then it was like, pink. And then he comes back in and I'm like, oh my God, thank God. Oh my gosh, my husband's back. But in that moment, after we got off the phone, I was like, Camille's in the back. I literally looked at him and go, I don't like what you just did right now. I don't like what, and he's like, I don't even know what I did. And I was like,
no, that's not what happened. I didn't say I didn't know what I did. I said I was quiet because there's a lot of stuff contingent. I said, yes, we have a rental car because we're going to Mexico and Mexico's super shady on rentals. So it's like, there's a specific company I use. And so they come and it's like someone's personal car that you use. So they come and drop their personal car off. So it's like, so you don't have to deal with getting like shaded by the rental car companies and stuff. So I'm like, I have a car being delivered to me at the airport we're landing at. That's not happening anymore. So I got to let them know. We're not, because that was the only flight all day, even from LA, John Wayne, because then I'm on Expedia, and I'm like, there's no flight that goes to Tulum. This was the last one today. So at most we leave tomorrow at noon. You know, it's a whole day later.
We lose.
You know, so I'm like, we leave there. So I got to message the person, hey, I don't need you to get the car. I'm not coming, you know, and today at least. And then the only other way is to go to Cancun. So now I gotta pay more money, and I gotta book a car service because that person's not dropping the rental car off in Cancun. So it's like now I'm our company we're renting the little Airbnb from. I'm now asking them, can you help me get a car? And they're like, yeah, what time? I'm like, I don't know. I just have to have this in play. Because regardless how it turns out, if we do get a flight soon, we will be there in 6 or 7 hours. So I need a car today to pick us up and we're talking about a country that I don't know Spanish. So it's like there's already a language barrier. I can't just like land and be like, oh, it's Texas. I can figure it out. You know, it's like we all speak the same
or
language.
Try to speak Spanish.
You know, I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. Anyone can take advantage of me.
Yeah.
Anyone can point me in a direction that's going to, you know, like charge me more than I anticipate. And that's a reality in Mexico, unfortunately. That stuff happens. So it's like all of that is happening while so she tells me she's on the, like, going to call American Airlines. Well, I'm not going to call them too. I'm not going to be like, well, let's see who answers first. I'm like, you're doing that. I have to change the car. I have to change I got to like get them prepared to get us a car. And then on top of that, I am on Expedia too going like, well, what flights? And so in my head, I'm like, I mean, we the only option if we want to get there today is we got to go to an airport in Mexico 2 hours away from where we were planning on being. So all that's happening, I'm quiet because I already know she's on the phone on hold. And to me, I'm already like, this day's shot. There's nothing I can do.
And I'm like,
so
we're positive. I'm trying to be positive.
Like,
trying to be positive.
She wants me to be, you know, angry. She wants me to be out loud. Like, this sucks. This is bogus. But to me, I'm like, we're here. And then she's like, well, let's get on the road.
Honestly kept me cool.
I'm like, Ashley, it's 7:30 a.m. This is high traffic in California.
Go.
If we go towards LA, I'm like, if we go towards LA and they say, oh yeah, we can get you to John Wayne, you and I just have to now go in with traffic. We've just extended our drive 2 hours. So I'm like, it's one thing if it was like, you know, 10 o'clock, you know, or even, you know, it's noon or whatever. It's like, okay, we can head in. I'm like, we're talking about in California right now, if you go 10 miles past where you're supposed to go, that's 1 hour. You know, like that's not hard to stretch to imagine. So in my head where she's like, let's just go. I'm like, if we start going towards LA and then I got to turn around and go back south. When they said, oh, there's a flight, which they did. They said it's 7:30. No, they said it was 8 o'clock at that time. It's 8 o'clock. There's a flight at 10 in John Wayne. Can you get there? And I'm like, it's an hour away. Yeah, we can. We're gonna arrive right when,
yes.
You know, last point to break. Now, if I had left like in a rush the moment she told us to, and we were past the exit, which would take us to 57 South, if we were past that, and then I had to go into West Covina and U-turn to get on a freeway to get us to John Wayne, we wouldn't have made it.
So what did you guys do?
So we did that. So by the time
we went down to John Wayne.
So we went. So by the time,
Cancun.
so everything just ended up. It seemed like it was slow mo. So we slow motion, and I'm like, he ain't saying nothing. Okay, just get on the phone, get your luggage. Don't say something. He looked mad. So don't make him mo mad. And so I'm like, okay, because I don't know. In his mind, I felt like his brain, whatever he just said he was doing, it didn't look like that from the outside looking in.
I was on WhatsApp.
It literally
I'm talking to everyone in Mexico.
It was like as if the robot went into like, I'm going to start, you know, when your phone turns off and reboots and it's like that's what I saw my husband just like. I was like, okay, all right, let me do this. And so then we get on the freeway and then I think we're maybe 8 miles away from the 57. And I'm like, girl, talk fast. Adam, talk fast. Don't just get us there. So what she was trying to do was get us in a flight out of LA. And we're like, no, there's more. We have more airports. Give us John Wayne now. LAX is not it. Give us John Wayne. And then so she got us John Wayne, and literally 2 miles away, then she gets it. So then we were able to get on. But
we got our tickets like 5 minutes away from the airport.
And
like as we were pulling up,
yes.
it's like that's when they finalize, and she's like,
yes.
And so at the time, she could have been like, oh, actually, we lost it. Can you go to LA? Like that could have been the risk.
No, so
we
this
went
is
through
American Airlines.
But American's the word. Anyone, don't
go there.
You know, I hate American Airlines.
And so they got us the flight.
They
got us the flight, and so the whole day was just like one thing after the next. Where we're like, this is crazy. So then Adam's like, "What do you want to do, Ashlee?" And I had a decision to make as a mother. And
because they told us all we got the last 5 seats. So
last 5 seats.
They said no, just all throughout the plane, last flight. So like normally our middle seats. So they were like, so you're all going to be sitting separate. We all are including our 4-year-old and our 7-year-old. They're going to sit by themselves.
So Adam's looking at me in the car, and I'm like about to well up, like. I know, because I know the investment, the time, everything he put into us getting on vacation, and he's looking at me. Are you willing to make this hard decision? He's like, I will do whatever you want to do, but you are the one that has to be content as a mother, knowing your kids are going to be okay. Adam didn't say like, yeah, I'm good with my kids not sitting together. It's the fear of a mother. Like, oh my God, okay. I think,
and the woman's like. And she's like, I'm going to be honest, it's 50-50. She goes, honestly, sometimes the workers suck and they will not move. They won't go on the intercom for you and ask if anyone will switch. They will say, those are your seats and that's it. She's like, so it's fit. Because I said, well, you know, when we roll up, they'll be able to help us out, right? And she's like, I'm going to be honest. No, they're not. Like, they probably won't, you know. Like,
so he's looking at me, and what do you want to do? Because then it'll get us there at 8 o'clock at night, and then it'll get us to 2 hours, so our whole day. But we get there that day. Or it's doing a red eye the next day. And I was like, I don't want to go home. Now, mind you, we're on the 57, and she's telling us we only have 5 tickets left, and they're all middle seats. And I'm like, oh, my poor baby. Okay. And I'm literally like, just do it. I'm trusting God will work something out. Just do it. So we do it.
Yeah.
We do it. So we get to the counter, and she looks at me, and she's like, there's nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? There's nothing? She's like, there's nothing. So there was nothing to switch our seats.
What happened. So they're like, there was nothing open. So she's like, I can't switch them. And like your kids are sitting by themselves.
So we have to have a pep talk.
We're talking to them the whole time and like, hey, this is what's going to happen. And so finally, as like he's kind of crying a little bit. He's not happy about it. Matthias is like, okay. And then we're like, okay, Matthias. So what happens is right as we're boarding, they call our name and they're like, we're able to get 2 seats together. I'm like, perfect. My wife and our youngest, our 4-year-old. But we were ready. Like, we're boarding. They're all sitting separate. And they're like, we got 2 together. We're like, great. Give our youngest. So then I go to Matthias and I'm like, Matthias, that's a wrap, dude. Like, you're on this flight by yourself and you're sitting by yourself with 2 adults, you know, and he's like, cool, mind my own business. That's what he says.
Said, my own business.
He says, that's fine. He said, give me my iPad, give me my headphones, and I'll mind my own business. So literally, boom, he gets in between these 2 guys. He sits. I took a picture of it. He just sits by himself.
Yep. Well,
we're
and fortunate enough.
No. I'll say.
Because we were still close together though. So we weren't.
We're near each other. But still, I mean, like, you're sitting by yourself. By yourself is by yourself. Yeah. Adults don't like doing it, let alone a 7-year-old kid. And then I'm sitting next to 2 strangers, and 2 strangers. And so this a woman comes up to me, and she has her daughter. She goes, "I'm so sorry to inconvenience you, but by any chance, my daughter is not sitting with me. Can she have your seat, and you can have hers?" Her seat, the girl's seat, happened to be next to the guy sitting next to Matthias. And so, like on the aisles, the 2 aisles. Yeah. And so literally she's like, you know, I understand if no, it's just, I want my daughter to sit with me. And I look and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I give her daughter my seat because I'm in a middle seat. Yeah. And then I switch with her daughter, which is an aisle seat. And then the guy next to Matthias, I just tap on, I'm like, hey, that's my son. Would you just switch aisles? And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. And because nobody will switch a middle seat.
Yeah, literally.
And literally, right as we're about to take off, Matthias has his headphones and iPads. He doesn't even know I'm sitting next to him now. He's just minding his own business, and we're about to take off, and then I tap him, and he's like, Dad, you made it. You're sitting next to me. You know, like so then we made the flight. It was a whole thing.
So we got to sit next to our kids. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It was crazy. It honestly was. That was the day. That was the day.
Yeah, it was a whole thing, but that just shows to say how much we don't, because what happened is then we go to John Wayne, and the woman at American, she's like, oh, did Ontario help you? I said, no, Ontario didn't help. They canceled the flight and told us to call the number. And she was like, what's crazy is they do have the power to give you new flights. She's like, they in Ontario just didn't want to deal with it.
Didn't want to deal with you.
And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry they treated you guys that way. So they could have gotten everyone new flight assignments and all. They're just like, they don't like it. And she told us there's a manager there that doesn't like to be inconvenienced. So he always just makes people call the number. And he used to be our manager here in John Wayne and got transferred. And so then now it's like, I will literally go out of my way to not fly
if
American
I ever
Airlines.
See an American airline on this thing, I was like, you're trying to give me PTSD.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I have to, but I'll do anything. Like even last December, I was flying American and they canceled my flight, and I had to sleep in Texas at the airport.
At the airport.
At the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they like canceled for like it was like not even a legitimate reason.
So your life.
Anyway, sorry if anyone here works for American. I'm sure you're a great person and anything, but you got to do something about your company. Company needs more feedback. Right. And I got called the police on me at an American flight.
What?
Oh yes, you did. You did.
We told the story on here. We weren't. Matthias wasn't sitting next to me, and the person at the front desk told me, "Oh, the seat next to him is blocked for a stewardess. Tell them when you sit down that that we gave it to you, that we blocked it out for you to have it." And then they sold the upgrade to a woman, and so Matthias was sitting by himself, and I sat there, and then when she went and told the attendant that I took the seat, next thing you know, he didn't even come talk to me. Next thing you know, 3 police officers are circled at me in the airplane. And they're like, go to your seat or get arrested. And I'm like, is this because of my size? Is this because of the way I look?
What's going on?
Why do you have police officers? This is my son. What are you What are you doing? And literally the woman who paid for the upgrade, she was like, this is embarrassing. This is not a big deal. He can have the seat. You guys pretty much you guys just took this too far. Mm-hmm. And I went to Twitter. I went to Twitter and called out American. And they were like, can you delete this? And can't they DM me? Can we settle this offline and all that? And I was just like, nope. You embarrass me publicly. You put police officers around me. Like, no, I'm going to handle in front of my son. Yep. Yeah. Crazy.
Insane. Anyways.
We had a bunch of more questions to go over, but good job, Ashlee. Thanks for...
You guys like that story, though, right? Where he malfunctioned.
I didn't. I knew. I just... There was nothing to say.
I'm glad you didn't get more mad, because it would have made me more mad, so... Thank
exactly.
You thank you for leading with silence.
We don't both need to be angry. You already yelled at the attendant when we checked in. I don't need more people yelling.
Oh gosh. Anyways,
thanks for joining us today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey, let me hold on.
Oh gosh.
If you want to participate and do this one with your spouse, we didn't do all of them, so let me give them to you.
Perfect.
So that you're like, oh, I want to do them. I'm going to rewind them.
I should answer that one and not talk too much.
It's what's one decision in your life that completely changed your direction for better or worse? I said that already, right?
No.
Oh, no? Okay. If we lost everything tomorrow, what do you think we'd hold on to the most? Mm-hmm. What's something you saw your parents do growing up that either you want to repeat or completely avoid? If we could fast forward 10 years, what would you want to be most proud of? What's a belief or opinion you've changed about over time? Maybe even a good one would be, what's a belief or opinion about me you've changed over time. So, if you could guarantee one thing about our future together, what would it be? What does being loved well actually look like to you on a daily basis? What do you think your younger self would be proud of you for today? So those are some good ones. So you guys, hey, Nancy, it's Nancy had to text me. She stepped out. That's why I paused. So if you want to go and do those parts,
malfunction, reboot.
No, I'm like, she texted me and it was like something we didn't talk about. I'm like, wait, what? So if you want to do that with your,
those are good ones.
Your spouse or
we'll do
boyfriend,
that over
girlfriend,
date night.
Sure.
We'll just talk about our farm.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye,
God bless you.
guys.
Bye.